Hey guys, how's it going? So, I've really enjoyed making the last couple of Genshin videos. I'm also working on a star rail tier list based on just who my favorite characters are, which might be a little controversial as I'm finding out. But I was playing IS-3, and I had the opportunity to use a temporary recruitment fully invested Quartz, and it brought me back to an old discussion of why is this class so bad feeling, and what could we do to fix it? I think at its core, they tried to make a mix between Centurions and Dreadnoughts. So they ended up with high HP, high attack, they can attack multiple enemies, but they also have no defenses, which is a huge problem because in Arknights there's so much damage that resistances matter just as much, if not more, than having a good HP pool. They will still get wiped out extremely fast. Most Centurions, like Gavio Alter S3, Spectre, you know, Blaze Talent, have some survivability in the kit in case they get into hot water. Neither of the Crushers have this. Beyond that, on the Dreadnought side of things, people joked way back when, but they had to give Neural Alter so much for Dreadnoughts to feel crazy good. And the other big example would be Scotty, but she's part of the Abyssal Hunters archetype, which makes any unit feel pretty good. And she can basically become a pseudo-fast redeploy operator with module. On the Crusher side of things, one basic thing they often do is they could give them a module and maybe a new 6-star. People thought Degen Breaker was going to be a 6-star Crusher, and that was not the case. And in terms of modules, it usually buffs talents, which I don't think would make a huge difference, or they buff stats. But if we give them resistances or attack speed, it starts to erode away at what makes the class unique. Sometimes that does fix it. I think in particular with Duelist Defenders, that was a good solution. I just don't think it would work too well here. So what else could we do? I think as a Crusher, when you think of that, you think of like great weapons. We could let them just attack everything in the tile ahead, or we could even, just with the way Crushers and Centurions work with block count, is we could give them 4 or maybe even 5 block. Because at the end of the day, they don't have survivability, they will still implode, even with just like 2 enemies, right? Plus ranged attacks. Just maybe let them have that. Because ultimately, the only time I'd use a Crusher is maybe setting them in front of a Defender, maybe with a Medic Core to hold a line. But why would you not do that with Molinar or Centurion? You know, it just, there's never a situation, even niche-wise, that I would use them over another class. Which is a problem. So, beyond that, and just increasing that block count or changing that, some other ideas I had we could change their range, and I have a few ideas with that as well. What if we gave them either the entire range around them, or maybe just these 5 tiles to their sides and the 3 front, just to show that they are using oftentimes like a great style weapon. Very big, if you swing it horizontally, could give you some good range. Beyond that, the other idea I had was what if we looked at spread shooters? They have these 6 tiles, and they oftentimes do more damage to the front 3 because they're shotgun units. Well, if you're swinging a great weapon downwards, you're going to have a lot more force at the end than by the hilt. So what if we gave them this range but inverse, or we did this but with instructor range with just 3 tiles, and they hit harder in that further tile? It would be kind of oddly specific, but it would be something a little bit different, and it could work pretty well. In terms of omnidirectional range, we do already have that with like Phalanx casters, Tex Alter S3 does that, but ultimately I just think we just need to give these units something. Something to make Crushers, even though there are only 2 of them right now, unique. Because even just high physical damage doesn't feel great. When you think about the top 3 units in the game right now, for me it's Molinar, Tex Alter, and Surtur. None of them focus on physical damage. In IS-3, for physical damage to feel really good, they pretty much just buffed res on every enemy at high surging seas, to the point that Schwarz feels really good, even Rosa sees some play. But that's probably not going to happen in base Arknights. These are just a few of my ideas. I don't know if other people in like the year plus we've had these units have thought of other things, or if they're just planning on dropping this class because we've only gotten 2. I don't believe in the upcoming 6 months that you can view for CN server I've seen any new Crushers, but I'm just curious to see, what ideas do you guys have as far as how we could fix this class? Do you think they're just going to forget it? Have you seen other people's ideas on how to fix it? Because I'm curious. if they'll ever make any changes to it. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Again, let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.